Sofia had always believed that love was overrated. After all, she had grown up watching her mother chase after men who promised her the world, only to leave her heartbroken, destitute when their wealth ran out, or when they found someone younger or more desirable. Sofia was determined not to make the same mistake. Money, she thought, was the only thing that could guarantee happiness. Her father had left when Sofia was young, leaving her mother to raise two children on her own in a small, run-down apartment. Sofia had seen the constant struggle, the endless bills, the nights when they ate whatever scraps they could find, the desperate attempt to stay afloat. In her young mind, money became the ultimate solution to all life's problems. Love, that was just a distraction, a luxury that only the privileged could afford. By the time Sofia turned 25, she was already known as a woman who had no interest in anything other than wealth. She dated men with expensive cars, flashy watches, luxurious homes. They weren't interested, not in the way her friends often described their soulmates, but they were safe. Secure, they offered her the life she always dreamt of, one without the fear of eviction or hunger. And yet, no matter how much she collected, she couldn't shake the growing empty feeling inside her. Something was missing, but she couldn't quite figure out what it was. It was a charity gala thrown by one of the wealthiest men in the city, where Sofia's life would change. The gala was glittered with gold, silver and diamond. The guests all wore the finest designed outfits, and Sofia, in a black velvet dress matching stiletto heels, fit right in. She mingled with business influencers and the city elites, keeping her eyes open for the ones with a wallet large enough to fill the void in her life. That was when she saw him, Lucas Gray. Tall, confident, effortlessly charming, Lucas was a billionaire tycoon tech. His reputation preceded him. He had built an empire from the scratch. His personal life was subjected to constant media praises on how his tech company has become one of the biggest empires in the country. Sofia wasn't the only one who noticed him that night, but unlike others, Sofia wasn't starstruck. She saw it as an opportunity. Their conversation began as most do at this type of events. Polite small talk, compliments, and questions about their careers. But as night went on, Sofia was surprised by how easy it was to talk to him. He wasn't the arrogant businessman she had expected. Lucas actually seemed to listen when she spoke, and he had a strange yet comforting way of looking at the world. "You know," he said, leaning a little closer, "I have met people with a lot of money who still feel poor. It's like they're always looking for something more, something they can't quite name. Have you ever felt that way?" Sofia froze. No one has ever asked her that kind of question before. Her whole life had been about pursuing of more, yet she has never stopped to consider what more ever meant. "I guess I never really thought about it," Sofia replied, giving a soft smile. "I mean, when you don't have much, you are just trying to get as much as you can. The rest will fall into places later, right?" Lucas smiled back, his eyes thoughtful. "Maybe, but sometimes the more you chase is the less you catch." Sofia was stunned. She had spent her life perfecting the art of chasing wealth, never questioning why she felt so hollow inside. She had always thought she was just a product of her circumstances, a woman who had to fight for everything she had. But here in front of her, this man, she felt something shift. Something deep inside her had stirred. Over the few weeks, Sofia and Lucas spent more time together. At first, it was all about business. She had to keep up with their appearance after all. But something changed after they began to know each other. Sofia began to see that Lucas wasn't like the others. He didn't talk about his wealth as though it defined him. He wasn't arrogant or rude. He was kind, compassionate, and surprisingly vulnerable. One night, after a dinner at one of the most exclusive restaurants in the city, Lucas turned to Sofia as they walked through the quiet street. "You know," he said, "I've met a lot of women who are drawn to my money, but I can tell there's something different about you." Sofia felt her heart race, but she quickly composed herself. "What do you mean?" "I don't think you're after my wealth," Lucas said, his voice softer now. "I think you're after something deeper. But I'm wondering if you have ever allowed yourself to believe that you deserve it." Sophia didn't know how to respond. For this the first time in her life, she wasn't sure if money was the answer. She had been chasing security for so long, but now she wasn't sure what she was running after or running from. Lucas smiled, sensing her hesitation. "I am not going anywhere, but I want to be with someone who sees me for who I am, not for what I have. Can you see me, Sophia?" She paused, her heart racing. She had spent so long building walls around her heart, convincing herself that love was nothing more than just a flingy luxury, something that won't survive the test of time or money. But now, standing in front of this man, she realized something. Maybe love wasn't a lie. Maybe she had been lying to herself all along. "I think I can," she whispered. From that moment on, Sophia's world began to change. It wasn't about the lavish dinners or fancy vacations anymore. It was about something more real, about trust, about vulnerability, and yes, about love. She learned to let go of her past fears and open herself up to a different kind of life, one where she didn't need to chase after money to feel safe. Sophia realized that love was the real treasure, something money can never buy. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough.